Hello, this is Crochet Basics with K.Jolie, and in this episode I'm going to show you how to make an Olivia hat, which is the purple hat in the back with the stars. It's a child size hat. Now, you might need to adjust it for length or what have you. This hat also comes the star motif. So we're going to chain 3. So I do a crossover method on my hook. Most people do a slip knot. This is similar, just without the knot. So I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do 10 half double crochets into the first chain that I made, the third one from the hook. And with that, you want to hold your tail and crochet around it so that when you get to the end, you could just pull it tight, and afterwards, after you've crocheted a little bit or what have you, you can just pull it tight and snip it off. Make a little knot and snip it off, and then you're good to go. I got my 10 done, and I'll pull my tail tight and it'll close up that loop. And sometimes it'll stick. You'll have to, wiggle it a little bit and finagle it. That's okay, that happens. That's life. All right, so we're going to slip into the first, into our chaining, into the first chains that we made, okay? And you'll chain 2, and you're gonna go right back into there and do a half double crochet, and this is an increase row, so you'll do 2 half double crochets all the way around in every stitch, and hopefully you'll end up with 20. So now we're at 20. So we're 2 rows in, and with this there's no more slip stitch or chaining or whatever, so you'll pull a little bit of yarn just to keep your place so it doesn't pull out, and you'll add a stitch marker in, and when you're adding the stitch marker in, just be careful not to hit your working thread. Next, stitch here is 2 half double crochets in the first one that you did, and 1 in the next, because we're still increasing. So we'll do 2 half double crochets, 1 in the next, 2 in the next after that, and then it's a pattern, so these things repeat themselves. We're at 30, and row 4 is another increase row, so you're going to do 2 half double crochets in the first one that you did, and you'll follow your stitch marker up so you'll see where you're working. So you'll do 2 in the first, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, okay, and then that'll just repeat all the way around. With row 5, no increase, just 1 half double crochet in every stitch going around. So, and you should have 40. 6 is an increase row, so you're going to do a half double crochet in 2 half double crochets in your first, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 3 stitches and 2 in the one after that, and it'll just repeat, it's a pattern. Row 7, you're just going to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way around, so you should have about 50. Okay, so we just finished row 7, and row 7 was not an increase row, so if you need to, you can always measure. Just I always total big fan of the measuring tape when making fitted items and stuff. Blankets are different, or scarves and stuff. So anyway, I'm about 6 inches across at row 7, and row 8 is another increase row. So you're going to do 4 half double crochets and then 2 in the next, okay? So you'll do 1 half double crochet in the next 4 stitches, and then 2 in the next after that, and repeat all the way around. You can always, adjust for size with your yarn and such, so that, you're getting even how, the sizing that you want it to be. So now we're at, we just finished row 8, and row 8 was an increase row, so you should have 60 stitches. Now, from here down, for the next 8 rows, well, you're going to work 1 half double crochet in each stitch, and you want to mark your last stitch made for your increase, so that you're following where your stitches are, your increases and such, where your row ends. We got our 16 in, and you can always measure you know, if you need to add a couple of more rows depending on, you know, the child's head or what have you. So row 17 and 18, if you're not going to add any more rows in, you're going to do another increase for both of those rows. So you'll do 4 half double crochets and then 2 in the next, and that's for both of those rows. Okay, so you're going to increase, you'll do 4, you know, 1 half double crochet in the next 4 stitches and then 2 in the next after that. And that's 16, that's 17 and 18, and then row 19. And if you want 20 is optional or what have you, just a single crochet all the way around just to give it a nice finished look. And you know, it's optional. You can go bigger, you can go smaller. If you want to make a bigger brim, you could do a few more rows, not a big deal. Let me skip on or fast forward or whatever to the motif, the star motif, just to show you how it's worked, because there is a trick with it. That's, you know, interesting. Okay, so you want to leave a long tail for sewing on when you first start. And actually, you're going to leave a long tail in the beginning and a long tail in the end, so that when you attach it to your hat, it kind of makes it a little easier. So you're going to chain 3, and in your center loop, okay, just like with the hat, in the center loop, you're going to do 9 single crochets. Okay, so we're doing 9 single crochets. So we got our 9 in. We'll pull our tail tight, okay, and you're going to slip into your chaining that you did. That's why we chained 2, so that we could slip right into it. So you'll slip into there, and then you're going to chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so you're going to skip the first chain closest to the hook. I hope this is showing up. I don't know if I made a mistake doing it in white to show you this. Alright, so you'll do, in the next one over, you'll do a slip, then you'll do a single, then you'll do a half. So you're just working down, making bigger stitches as you go. And in the last one, you're going to do a double crochet. But with this double crochet, okay, so with this double crochet, you'll pull up your yarn so that you have 3. Then you'll push through your chain, your single crochet rather, that's on your ring. You'll pull through 3, okay, and then you'll push through the next stitch over. I think I made a mistake showing you in the white. Okay, you'll pull up a loop and then you'll pull through again. And that's just anchoring your star onto your ring. So you right there, you'll just chain another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you'll skip 1, you'll slip, pull through, then you'll single crochet in the next, you'll half double crochet in the one after that. Okay, and then we're going to do a double. So we're going to pull up, you got your 3, you'll push through the next single crochet on your ring, your starting chain here. Okay, you'll pull through 3, back to 2, and then before you pull through, you'll anchor it again. So you'll push through the next stitch, pull up, you have 3, and then pull through. And really you're just anchoring the star onto it, which is perfect. It makes it more sturdy, if you ask me, and it, you know, you don't have little, you know, gaping holes or any kind of thing anywhere in your motif. So when you come to your end, you'll pull your tail, and you want to leave a tail for sewing, so you want to leave a long tail. So I know it seems silly, but it just kind of makes it easy. You leave a long tail in the beginning and a long tail in the end. Okay, and with a yarn needle to attach it, because this is how I attached it, you know, so I'm just showing you how I did it. And because we crocheted around, so we could just pull tight and you can make a little knot. And with this, it doesn't, well, you want it to hold tight, so a little knot is perfect for this one. Okay, so you'll thread your yarn needle. I have a nice tapestry needle, and we'll thread that. And I told you I'm not really a sewer, but I do all right with yarn. Okay, so you'll figure out where you want to place it on your hat. And this just makes it easy because it holds it in place. So this is your center tail. So you'll pull that through, and if that's where you want it, okay, you'll go in and out from the back all the way around, but only through your ring. Okay, so only just around your ring, you know, back and forth. So I'm trying to do this fast. I don't want to eat too much of your time up with showing you how poorly I do at sewing. So you'll go around with that, okay, and then you'll weave in, tie off, whatever. And then with the star, you want to leave an extra long tail for sewing, and you're going to sew your points on, and you want to try and catch as close to the edge as possible, because you don't want it to see how it's kind of curling up. So you want to anchor it down as best as possible. You know, it's yarn, it wiggles, it moves, it does things. You know, it's not metal or wood or any kind of thing. All right, but you'll go through around your edges of your star. I hope this is showing. It's a little awkward to do this around the camera, which is funny because my sister keeps telling me, why don't you film with your tablet or your iPad or whatever, you know, and I'm like, how am I gonna crochet around that? That's just crazy talk. My arms aren't that long. So anyway, you'll anchor all the way around, and just as close to the edge as possible. And you don't want to pull too tight when you're sewing on a motif, because you can end up messing it up. Like it'll become rippled, or like, you know, kind of puckered or buckled or whatever. And you'll just go all the way around. When I did the purple hat, I actually changed the way I was doing the motif. I was doing it wider when I first did the motif. And right before I was getting ready to film this tutorial, I said, you know, they look like stars, yes, but they look a little bit more like maybe flower petals or something to me, or a starfish. So I changed the way I did it because, you know, I'm a woman. That's how these things go. Anyway, if you have any questions, please ask. If you enjoyed watching, please share, subscribe, check me out on Facebook, Pinterest. I'm all over the place with myself. And let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed making this. Please share the video, give us a like, all that good stuff. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Happy hooking, because it keeps you off the streets. I hope you enjoy making this, the Olivia hat. This is for my niece. I love you, Olivia. And happy hooking. Keeps you off the streets. And I'll be back with more fun kid patterns and stuff. So thank you so much. Have a super duper great day. This is Crochet Basics with K.Jolie. Have a good one. Later. Bye.